Just about to go from one extreme to the other. Ascot races with work, which is good fun. But when you haven't drunk for 3.5 years, surrounded by people who are just starting to get a bit too boozy, off to the lake I go for the weekend. We are back, but we are on South Lake. So this is the Douglas End Lane. Douglas Lane End, even. No one here in this car park, which is nice. Friday night. What is it, 21st? Just like I said, been to Ascot, total polar opposite. Lots of toffee-nosed, gambling, drunk people. To this, absolute bliss. This is the Rough and Ready car park. Bit choppy out there, look. Bit of a chop. So what you can see from here is most of the west end of the lake. So you can see Bryant's Bay and Mary's Point, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm gonna stick around here and see if I can see any signs of anything. And then if I can't, I'll have a little scoot round towards the east end of the lake. So this one, I think this swim's called Route. So like I said, you can see all the way over the other side, over to Mary's Point. That's Bryant's Bay up there. So you've got about 4 swims on that point. There's a residential end down there, you can't fish. But yeah, Mary's Point is over there. You can fish out to that island, and then beyond that is the Nightmare and everything you can get to from the main Welly Road car park end. So it's a beautiful but very choppy evening. Looks like it's 15-mile-an-hour wind. That looks a bit more chop than that though, doesn't it? It's lapping in here. I'll just have to stick around, see what I can see. Can't see anything here, then I'll move down the other end of the lake. But I haven't seen much in the way of massive amount of shows or anything. There was just that one fish. There's also people fishing Hut Island opposite. So I'm gonna have a little trek. I definitely would consider myself, boys and girls, a kitchen sink angler. I mean, if you've got a power barrow, I suppose it makes no difference how much you pile it up. And once I get set, I like lots of luxury, lots of space, table, massive bivvy, comfortable bed. If you're gonna do it properly, I suppose. Right, off we go. So, decisions. So, we're now down like the east end of the lake, and you can see it's really racing through here. So, I might end up, if I don't see anything, turn you around, just down there, one of those swims. I'm sure with that amount of wind, they potentially might move down this end of the lake, but there are plenty of fish in here, so you've got a good chance wherever you end up. But yeah, let's scan them all for a bit and see what happens, I suppose. So I saw a little bit of action here, and it's blowing right into this end. Properly blowing into this end. Thought I saw a little bit of action out in the middle here as well. So I'll keep an eye on that for a bit. It's a double swim. Loads of space. Oh, there's one. Over there. See if we can see any more. I mean, that margin looks really nice as well. And this little bay looks good. Let's have a look here. Just saw one bosh here. Thought I saw something over around here. Let's keep an eye on that. I'll sit here for a bit, see what I can see. I think there's more action over the back there. Right over the back. See some fish cruising at the back there. Another one there. Yeah, I think this is the spot. Damn it, just lost one. It's mega weedy out there, so pulled into it. It's definitely on for about a split second. You could feel it, and then solid. The line, because it's sinking braid, was caught in weed. So I was hoping that even though I couldn't feel it, it might still be on, but no. So I eventually came in with a big ball of weed. And frustratingly, I think this morning they're just starting to spawn. So I might have to, well, I'm going to have to move. I don't want to go to North Lake really, but it is next door. So maybe I'll pack up and possibly even go and have my first look at Horton. A snaggy little bay will do. It's a nice long distance away from where they're spawning. There's no signs of spawning around here in this part of the lake. It's kind of its own piece of lake really. This bay is a lake on its own, so yeah, I'm going to set up shop here and hope for the best. Hope they don't start spawning right in the middle of here. Haven't seen any signs of fishing here in this bay, to be fair, either. So going more on instinct than anything else. But the right-hand rod I've bushwhacked all the way out. Right in the middle of that snag. It's probably about 3 or 4 foot up, locked up. And it's only got one little spoonful of bait on the top of it. There you go. Actually, now I've said it, there they go again. And then the middle rod is right out in the middle here. So I've got the deeper out and I managed to find, it's about 6 foot and it's not completely clear, but it's just very minimal weed. Haven't got much of a drop on it, but again, that one's been bushwhacked out with a spoonful of bait. And then over here, there's sort of a little bay there that sort of, or an alcove that goes in. It's a bit darker. So there's a tree that's slightly higher than the others. It's in line with that, and it's 11 and a bit wraps out there. So I've managed, because there's not too many trees in the way here, to spom out about 4 or 5 spoms over that. So yeah, we're snaggy, we're middle, and we're snag on the margin end over there. So yeah, absolutely no signs of fish whatsoever. So I've kind of set traps in hope more than anything else. So yeah, let's see what happens. Oh my word, it's actually quite a lot of faff moving around, especially like me when you bring far too much, but that's the way I roll, I'm afraid. But yeah, I haven't even mentioned that I had an absolute nightmare yesterday. So I'd re-spooled all 3 reels with the new, they've just brought out 25-pound SPX braid, thinking anglers. I was using 40, so I thought I'd give that a try, and I've done it before where I've over-spooled it slightly. It's very easy to do. So sometimes when you over-spool it and you go to whap it out, it fraps up. So that happened 3 times in a row on one of my rods last night. It was really windy and choppy, as you saw when I arrived as well. So I was casting into the wind, frapping up, and then I was wrapping out my spom, distance sticks, and then that frapped up as well, and that's not even new line. I also got my first ever braid cut on my finger because I didn't have my protection on for the first time in my life, so that was good as well. And then yeah, to wake up to sorry, I'm just doing a coffee. Then to wake up to them spawning was the icing on the cake. So now is the time. Things are going to go well from now on. So I'm all set. And I'm now probably for the first time, because there was a bit of a rush last night after Ascot, getting here and getting set up and finding a new swim and all that stuff. It's probably the first time I'm actually going to have a proper chill. And the sun's come out and the wind's died down slightly. So finally, this is why we come generally, just to relax and get away from the stresses of normal life. So yeah, whatever happens, I'm definitely going to have a chill, nice coffee, a little bit of chocolate, and then watch the water. Gutted, absolutely gutted. 2-0 to the lake so far. So this morning I lost one. It was on for a split second. You know when you can just feel it wriggle and knock its head around, and then ball of weed. And then the left-hand rod, which is like just under the overhang, not the snaggy tree one, but the one underneath the other snag opposite the margin rod. I thought it was like a little roach bite. The bobbin was going up and down. I was getting a bit of that yesterday as well. So I don't know whether in South Lake there's lots of little fish that try and pick your bait up and keep picking it up and dropping it. So I've turned the sensitivity down, but it did that, and then it literally did rip off. And I jumped down to it, and it probably gained a rod length already. So it's probably got underneath, but the lead core was broken. Like, it wasn't the line, it's nothing to do with the 25-pound braid I switched to. That was still attached to the lead core, but the helicopter end completely snapped off. So the heli safe's gone, and the hook link's gone, the rig's gone. So all I had was like a bare lead core with a bit of lead hanging out the end of it. So surely a zebra mussel or something can't get through lead core, or can it? Possibly. Either way, I'm getting beaten up at the moment by the lake, so obviously it's gone back out, a couple of spoms over it and see what happens. But yeah, gutted. After popping it back on the rest twice to get it freed from weed, it's finally in the net. Must have taken about an hour, that. Proper game of cat and mouse this. It's probably about an hour. I got stuck in the weed, like I said, putting the rod back on the rest, and it eventually set himself free, but still in battle. Considering he was only a very powerful 19 pounds, lovely little South Lake Mirror. He's not going to behave. He is not going to behave. He's got a little bit of damage. Come here. He's definitely not going to behave. Come on, mate. Just one little snap. There you go, 19 pounds. lean, mean fighting machine or weed hiding machine. Oh, need to get him back. I need to treat him as well. He's got a little bit of damage around the mouth from the fight. Just show you the other side. If he'll let me. Oh, he's not stopping. There's the other side. There we go. Let's have a few more, shall we? Look at that tail, those scales. I literally just put that rod back out, 2 spoms, and then I was about to put a spom, top up the middle rod, and it completely tore off. Nearly had the rod in the water. This one at the moment's a little bit better behaved. Similar sort of size, 21.4. Oh, but he's angry. They fight so hard. Obviously there's a lot more to contend with weed-wise here. It's more wild on the South Lake, so there's a lot more obstacles. He came in all right, actually. I'll show you the other side. Sorry, mate, I'll put you back as soon as I can. Still had a leech on him, this one. Oh. That's it, matey. Turn over. That's it. Oh. There you go. There's the other side. Cool, he's tensing up. Beauty. Very angry. Little mirror. Oh, let's see if we can have some more. Nice giant floating weed bed rolling in to spoil the party. As it edges from left to right, it's actually taking line off my left hand rod spool. So I suppose in an hour or so it will drift right through and be out of the way. Again, another 19 pounder probably. Quite a nice scale pattern. Let's get out and have a look. Another nice little one, 17 pounds. Took me way left, almost into the snag to my left. Managed to dig him out. A beautiful fish, lovely scales again, almost a linear. Oh, but yeah, not quite as hard a fight here. No hassle with the weed or anything like that, which is quite nice. Ooh, smallest of the lot so far. But they're beautiful fish. And a nice day. Oh, there's the other side. Try and keep my fingers out. I always have to put my fingers right in it, but that is a good looking fish. So after the successful trip first proper trip to South Lake, I've done Hut Island before, as you might have seen in previous videos, and had some success there. But for South Lake real proper, not a bad start actually. So I had to rush off in the morning, hence why no proper sign off or any morning footage. I had family commitments, which was the school fair for my little boy. So I had to be packed up mega early and back. So this is the sign off from that. But I'm loving South Lake. Apparently there's quite a lot of fish that are in the doubles and 20s territory. And down that little bay that I was in, that seems to be where they were hiding. So more to explore next time, really. So my next trip is in a few weeks. I'm going to try and squeeze in an overnight or two between now and then. But yeah, loads of different parts of the lake to explore. I need to probably get out into the middle of the lake, see if I can find some bigger fish. But yeah, overall, successful trip, and here's to next time.